Hey, TBL Guns and Gear here. Welcome back to the channel. If it's your first time stopping by, well, I appreciate it. I just wanted to make a quick presentation today on how I go about improving the sights on a handgun. Now, when I say improving the sights on a handgun, I mean a handgun that has just plain metallic sights. A lot of handguns these days come with night sights like this. This is my SIG P226. As you can see, there's a little white square down here and a white dot up here. That makes it easier to see in the dark and helps you line up your sights and get a good sight picture. Same thing with this Smith & Wesson CSX. 2 white dots on the rear sight, 1 white dot on the front sight. Makes it a lot easier to see at night. And here we got my Smith & Wesson 500. As you can see, it has a orange little square on the front sight and a white little border on the back sight. That really helps you align the sights better. But again, it just helps you get a good sight picture in general. But that's just not the case with all handguns. Not every handgun is going to have night sights like that. For example, my Smith & Wesson 439. That sight came just plain black from the factory. So I painted it white. So as you can see, when I go to line up my sights, it's much easier to see than just black on black. Same thing with my Smith & Wesson Model 38. These sights were just plain black. Painting it white really helps me align those sights. My Kel-Tec P32. I put just the tiniest little orange dot on that front sight. And these sights are already tiny to begin with. But, you know, that really helps, especially with these small sights. And lastly, my Desert Eagle. The Desert Eagle only came with a plain black front sight and just a plain rear sight. But painting that front sight white really does help. Now today, I have my Imez Makarov made in Russia, and this just has plain black sights that could be difficult to see, especially at night. So today, I'm going to show you what I use and the method I use to paint the sights on these pistols. I'm just going to make sure that the pistol's not loaded before I start working on it. We're all good. So they make paint specifically for painting gun sights, but I just use basic artist acrylic paint. It dries fast. It's going to stay on the sight nicely, but if you do end up wanting to remove the paint, it can easily be removed. Now, a tube of this paint is going to cost you about $3, maybe $4, but if you use it right and you use it for just this purpose, one tube is probably going to last you forever. You can also use white. I'm just out of white right now, and I've yet to get any more, so I just don't have a tube of white. But I got cadmium yellow here, I got cadmium red, and I got cadmium orange. These colors are bright and flashy, and they'll definitely make it easier to see. I really prefer using either white or orange, but you can use red and you can use yellow if you like. Alright, so let's get started. Alright, so we're just gonna take just a little bit of paint. That's probably a little too much, but that's alright. To work the paint in the brush a little bit. Get the bristles moist and nice and evenly coated. Okay. So we're just going to put a little tiny bead of that paint here on the front sight. So make sure we get just a nice little thick edge of paint on the brush. And we just want to okay. Nice. Alright, now we're going to let that little dot of paint dry there for about a half an hour. Alright, so it's been about 45 minutes. That's completely dry. Just a lot easier to see, especially with the plain black rear sight. That orange definitely helps line up the sights and get a good sight picture. That's definitely a good improvement over the sights that came with the gun when I bought it. Well, that's it for this video. I hope this helped you or that you found this interesting. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.